let's go. I really got the feeling today that everything is going my way. Now this is what I'm talking about. Every time I see your smile, it makes me shout. Let's go! Let's go! Nothing's gonna stop us today. Get on the bus or get out the way. We're cruising with the radio on. So turn it up to 10. Here comes our favorite song. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Hello, welcome to another episode of Demystify Tech with Sam. I'm yours truly, Samuel Atranya. Today is an awesome, freaky, fantastic, fabulous Friday. And as you know, we always demystify technology here on this channel. In today's episode, so forgive me, today I actually was supposed to do, I was actually, I had promised Ollie that I was going to do something on Power Apps portals. However, I actually disappointed Kazim today for the Alasso CBT webinar. I was supposed to have done something on Power Virtual Agent. So in today's episode, I want to do the Power Virtual Agent for Kazim, and then I will do portals for Oli in the next episode. So when we come back, I'm going to show you how to get started with a Power Virtual Agent. Stay tuned. Awesome, we're back, we're back, we're back. And as you know it, before we get started, I need to let you know what's happening in the world of technology, especially in this case for Power BI. Oh, Ollie, thank you so much for understanding. I was actually planning to do this for you, but I just wanted, to make sure everyone, learned something new. So thanks so much for understanding, and thanks for joining us again. Hopefully, you're going to have some fun knowing how to do stuff on the Power Virtual Agent. And trust me, Portals is coming. I'll do that for you. So awesome, awesome. So today actually happens to be the very first episode of the official Let's Code More Power. Now, let me take you here so that you actually check out, just briefly, quickly.
I'm Donna.
Check this out.
I'm Sarah.
We're the hosts of Less Code, More Power. And today, on our very first episode, we are going to introduce you to a fine gentleman from the UK.
Gentleman, yeah, I would say he's a gentleman. Keith Watling.
Yes, he's one of the very first people who jumped onto the Power Platform with both arms and said, this is a thing that I'm going to be an expert in. And by the end of the episode, you will be 100% convinced to become a Power addict yourself.
Jumped in both arms, both legs, I think.
I think so.
With literally every part of his being. And
Yes.
yeah, he shows us some really cool stuff that you can basically get started with.
Especially if you've never used Power Platform before, this is a great place to start. Stay tuned.
So that is what you missed if you didn't know about it. So head on to channel 9 and grab, just grab a chilled, drink or something. It's Friday, get some beer or, some coffee, depending on which part of the world you find yourself, and actually go check it out. I mean, it's awesome, awesome, awesome. So don't forget, once you're getting your fix on channel 9, on Sundays, come get your second shot on the Power series. So don't forget that. Awesome. So now let's move on to the next item I have to share. Let's bring that in view, and here we go. So it is official. Now the public preview for the Canvas apps and Power Apps component framework. Now, so It's official now. It's in public preview that you can actually now create custom components, reusable components in your Power Apps that you can use and actually even share on the community. This is an awesome way for us to create components that do not come out of the box for Power Apps. So go try it out, build components, reuse them. Hey, share them across, and let's see the fun. Let's have the fun go. Where is Channel 9? Awesome. So let me get you that Channel 9 link right here. So if you're watching, there you go. Ollie, let me copy this for you right here. So I just pasted that in the chat. So you should have the link to channel 9 right now. So whilst you're doing that, don't forget, try out the component framework. I'm going to try it out this weekend. I'm going to try to build some component because I'm doing some top secret project and I want to have some reusable components. So I will be trying that out. Now, out of the way, let's go to the next thing we have. And I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I think I'll probably just hide. Let's see. How can I do this? Okay, so I think, yeah, there's nothing wrong with sharing this, so that's fine. All right, so if you were following me sometime within the week, you would have noticed that I shared something on coronavirus. I shared a page on Facebook. Actually, it's a bot I'm working on now. Coincidentally, this bot happened to be built with a Power Virtual Agent. So with all these things going on with the virus and all that, I know people have a lot of questions, and some of these questions have actually been answered. So I went ahead to start building. Now this is a work in progress. So I would, I'm still waiting for Facebook to approve, the app so I can have all of you try it out. So the idea is I'm just going to interact with the bot right now. Hopefully you can see that. Let me zoom in a bit. So out here, I type in a hi, and let's see what the bot responds with. So, yep, and there you go. It says what? Let me bring this down. It says, "Hi, I'm a virtual agent that can help you with information about the coronavirus, also called COVID-19. So, what would you help you with?" Now, this is just the bare minimum of one of the use cases for the Power Virtual, agent. So, I'll do something like, how does it spread? I mean, just now, this is not I haven't entered, like I haven't fed it with a lot of information. I still have to tweak it. But check this out. Now, it says that for the first time, it really couldn't understand the topic I was talking about. So let me try something else. How does the virus spread? Now, this is just to show you, illustrate some of the things you get right out of the box. Now, look at this. So for the second time, it didn't really understand what I was trying to say, but it gave me options based on topics I have. Okay, so so in this case, how does that, so this might not, come off, but which I realized that it was because it's trying to figure out, let's see if I can copy this and paste here if it's going to, so that this is why, so let's see how does it spread. So because of the ellipsis there, it's not able to push it out. But this is just to show you how. Now take a look at this. So the question I asked is what? How does the COVID-19 spread? All right, and went out to say people can catch the COVID-19 from others who have. So it gives me all that information and ask me. I mean, did it answer my question? I can say, oh yes, it did, or no. So once Facebook approves this, I would want you to try it out and just give me your feedback. So I'll say, yeah, well, yes, it answered my question, and then it would come up with like a survey. So I'll probably say, well, for now, just give myself a 4 because I'm still trying to build it. And then it's going to end up and say, thanks for your feedback. Can I help you with something else? I'll say, no, thank you. And it would go off and tell me, thanks for chatting with me. Stay safe out there and bye. So this is just an example of what you can build with the Power Virtual Agent and easily integrate it into Facebook and other things. So today, I'm going to give you an intro of what the whole thing is. We're going to go to the portal. We're going to look at the portal. We're going to just try some very basic things, and then I'll probably walk you through how I created that board easily from existing data. So let's get right into it. So as usual, let me bring out my browser and let's get right into it. And don't forget that if you have any questions, you can reach out to me on any of the social media platforms, and I'll try as much as possible to answer that question for you. So if you want to, try it or take a hit at it, Let me zoom this in. So this is the URL. It is aka.ms front slash try PVA. So I'm going to copy this and put in the list here for those following, so you can go to that site. Now, remember, you actually need to have an org account to do this. So I pointed people to, let me actually pull that up. Let me pull my blog up and show people that. So I have a blog post that shows you how to step by step create an Office 365 developer account that actually creates some form of an org for you and allows you to how do you call it, create an account that you can use for the PVA as well. Else you can just go ahead, get a trial account and use it, but that will last you for I think 30 days. So that's a link also to the step-by-step guide in creating your Office 365 account. So let's get into it. So don't forget, if you have any questions, keep asking me. We have the next hour to ourselves to have some fun. So let's get crazy. Let's build something cool. So there we go. So here is going to bring you to this screen, all right, where you are actually going to have all that information you want to have on it. So let's, for the sakes of those who are actually yet to experience the portal or experience what Power Virtual Agents are, let's just kind of like go through. So basically, it tells you you can easily create and maintain intelligent chatbot without having to code. So basically, PVA is the no less code or no code solution for creating chatbots or conversational chatbots. Now, this is powered with some Microsoft, AI cognitive services or AI, embedded in it, to the sense that you can create applications without having to be a data scientist or without having to be a hardcore developer. All right. So it's a very simple process that I'm going to walk you through for you to see how that works. So you might want to ask, okay, so why Power Virtual Agent? Well, adaptable AI chatbots that you can, create. You can easily create them, like I mentioned. You don't need to be, a data scientist or a developer. You can just use, guides, simple drag and drop and stuff like that. Now, what you can also do with it is that you can now empower this bot to do repetitive tasks or tasks that always ask. So, for instance, imagine if you were able to feed this bot with information that is constantly being asked. What you've done is that you have actually freed your customer service resource to handle the critical things, and then the very less, regularly asked questions and all that is handed off to the bot. So you would have, relieved them to take care of, most difficult part or most, demanding part of your operations. Another thing is that sometimes people just want to know some very basic information, all right? But it's probably out of your customer service times. But then the bot is running for you 24/7. So you can use a bot to handle those tasks. And then it has an inbuilt, dashboard for monitoring performance. So you can actually tell, are people satisfied with the bot? What areas of your business are people, asking more questions about, so you can better, serve them. There are a lot of use cases, right from True Green that implemented, a complete bot service for their customer care. The good thing is that I mean, PVA is powerful alone, but hey, combine it with Power BI, Automate, and Power Apps, and you have a crazy and very solid application. So, with this in mind, let's get in and create our first bot to just do something very simple. All right, very very simple. So I have my account created, and as always, I'm going to hide it and typing my top secret account. So we do this, make sure I entered it correctly, and then once we're in, we can come back to you guys. Awesome. So I am in now, right? It's loading, 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 loading. Just wait for that to load. Yep, 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 yep. If you have any questions again, don't hesitate. Um, yeah, you know. Uh, Let's see. Some. All right. So here we are. So this is how the. So now I actually have. This is how the UI will look like. All right. I can go ahead here to the bot and it's going to show me the bot I have. So this is the bot I showed you working in Facebook. All right, right here. So if I open this up, this is what it's showing here. I can customize it, customize the greeting. I've already published it. I can check analytics. So let's see. Let's just go to analytics and see what's happening. Even though I'm the only one, you know. Wow, awesome. So even though like I'm the only person using it, I'm doing awesome, 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 awesome. Doing great, man. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. So even though I'm the only person using it as of now because it's still in development mode, awaiting Facebook to approve it, um, I'm just trying to load up the summary, the summary right here. Uh, let's see if my internet is going to be very friendly to me. Yep, and as you can see, so this is built in, this is like built-in monitoring and analysis, you know, and like as you can see, it was used Power BI embed. So you can see what's happening here. Total sessions 12, engagement 67, resolution 88, escalation none, abandon rate 13%. Like all this information is here. And then I can look at customer satisfaction. And look at this. That is because at the end of it, I always put, like a survey. So look at it. So these are the common, these are sessions that people have engaged in. So this is very like vivid, in detail. So if you're a small business owner or a business, SME or just a startup or someone who wants to drive customer engagement, this is a tool you would want to, take a look at. And then you can look at the session. As of now, nothing stable. If I look at billing, I'm still using, the trial. So yeah, I just say, total bill session 7, nothing crazy here. So let's go back home and let's see how, basically how this works, because that's why you are here. So let's give ourselves a very what would a very basic scenario be very very simple, very basic scenario. So let me explain the content. So to do it, I'm just going to create a new bot and then I'm going to call it showbot. Now there are certain things to understand when it comes to building conversational bots. So let's give it a name. Let's call it the show. Let's call it the demystify bot. Great. So whilst this is happening in the background, like this is, so if you've built a bot before using the Microsoft or the Azure bot services, you understand how this is. You need some level of, programming experience with it, with a framework to build it. But this is a no code, less code approach to do it. And you can actually integrate stuff from Azure bot service. You can actually, you create, using bot framework stuff and bring them in. All right. So at this point, our bot is still being worked on, but we can explore, the bot itself. So as you can see at the top here, you get notifications on what's happening to the bot, like the progress of it. So let's keep it here. And then if you look at the side here, this is where you can actually test the bot. All right, you can test the bot whilst you're building it. So I can have interactions with it. Now it comes with pre-built topics. Now the whole idea of building a conversational bot is for it to respond to specific topics of interest. All right, so a key part of building your agent is to create topics. So let's go to topics. Now, there's going to be existing topics, which is actually defined by Microsoft as part of a template, so you can start, actually talking to the bot. All right. So before we even go to this topic, let's take a look at this. So in the test here, it's actually giving you ways to start the conversation. All right. So I can say hi, and the bot is going to respond. You say, look at this. So it says, hi, I'm a virtual agent. I can help you with account questioning, order, store information, and more. If you'd like to speak to a human agent, let me know at any time. So what can I help you with? So I can just say store hours, right? I hit this. And then take a look at this. I'm happy to help you with store hours. The Redmond hours are Monday to Friday. Seattle, did this answer your question? I'll say yes. And then, it might go for to ask me, look at great, how do I rate the experience? I'll say excellent. So this is how you get the feedback if you're engaging your customers using the Power Virtual Agent. And as of now, no, don't help me with anything else. Now, this is all happening whilst the board is being created, stuff is being created in the background. All right. So what's happening is that you have an awesome experience. You can test it. You can actually go back here and do start all over again, or you can actually replay this by just clicking this message, all right, and then you can go back in history. Now, if this topic was showing here, you would realize that, let's see if I can go to the store hours topic. Yeah. Now, because of my interaction, when I clicked on the store hours, take a look at this. It's going to open the store hours topic for me. Here you go. This is a store hours topic, which is triggered by any of these. So take a look at this. So it says that when you trick with the trigger phrase, good afternoon, good morning, hello. So this will be phrases. So this is what we call the trigger phrase. This will be what triggers the bot. All right. So if I say any of these or any variant of this, the bot is going to start by saying, hi, I'm a virtual agent. Can I help you with this? All right. And then move on to the next thing. So you can customize this if you want to. All right. So assuming yeah, I'm a virtual agent. I can help you with account. We don't want account stuff. All right. So I can go ahead and then say, I can help you with, let's say I can help you demystify various technologies. All right, comma, and then I can choose to add this and all that. But for now, let me just go ahead and delete this and say, yeah. So hi, I'm a virtual agent. I can help you demystify various technologies. So like say full stop. So what can I help you with? Or we can say, so what technology can I help you demystify today, right? Okay, so to ensure topics you're testing is most current, save the changes. Yes, I have to save it. So now, ideally, I won't be doing this here. I'm just walking you through the process of how, this happens because this is a test case. So now, if I click on store hours, let's try the high again. You might realize that this might not pick because I haven't saved it because my bot is still being created. I'm just illustrating. Once it's finished creating, we'll go in, then I'll show you how to change. But that is as simple as it gets. It's just a matter of you typing in, clicking, adding, and I'm going to show you various things you can do basically to create the bot. And then I'll show you how I easily created the Facebook bot that is going to give you information about the COVID-19 or coronavirus that is actually running wild. So let's go for high again and let's see what happens. All right. So you realize that because I hadn't saved, it is still going off of the old stuff. As you can see, the save here is not active because my app is still being built in the background. I just don't want, I didn't want us to, keep waiting whilst that's happening. That's why I was just walking you through it. So let me refresh the page. Okay, creating the bot, just waiting for it. So step two. So that is how simple it is. Now, one thing you should also know in terms of they will tell you some of the best practices when you're creating conversational bots is that it is always good to let the person know that he or she is having a conversation or whoever it is having the conversation with a bot, with a virtual agent, not a human being, so you don't create problems or you don't cause problems for people interacting with it. Now, some things you can do with it. Let's talk about some use cases, all right? Whilst you are waiting for the bot to finish building in the background. Some use cases of the bot would be I've just shown you a chatbot on Facebook. So you can actually integrate it into Facebook, I think Teams, Slack, Telegram, I believe a couple of I think Kek or something, a couple of platforms. There's actually also a way to integrate it in a various digital or personal assistants. I have one here. Let me actually mute if I'm mentioning her name, Alexa. So you can actually do that, and I'll try that out and give you some information. But this is the case. Assuming, okay, assuming for the banks, you are in the banking sector and you want a way for your customers to interact with your bank at at all hours. All right. Now here is the thing. Some people ask me, at what point do I know it's valuable to go with a bot as opposed to an app? So here's my take. Is your app going to provide content, or is it going to be something that you believe your users would continuously be having access to? If that's not the case, I don't think you should go in an app with. That's my opinion. It's mine. Because here's the case. If it's just a matter of doing something once in a while, all right, I wouldn't want to download that app and keep it on my phone for no reason. Just because once in a while I'll do something with it. All right. However, think about this. People spend a lot of time on social media, especially Facebook and all these popular, platforms. So if you can put your service through an agent like this, expose the service onto Facebook. In my case, it was a viral thing, but think about it. I could have exposed the banking app. I could have exposed my a customer service app on Facebook. So people interact with it because people are already on Facebook, already on Instagram, already on these applications. So they use them more often. So if you can engage your customers or users on this platform, PVA is a good example. Let's say order tracking. All right, I don't necessarily need to download your tracking or order application. I can just go to Facebook, go to your page, and then I can just, hey, where's my order? And then maybe enter my tracking number, or even if I don't have my tracking number, provide ways for them to, provide their emails for you to extract tracking numbers from their maybe the database, and then try to call that the state of that order. All right. So these are just some of the few use cases. I mean, it's strange. This is obviously taking way too much time. I hope my internet provider is not, you know, as you say, squeezing me. Oh, something funny happened today. So I was out today, and someone, how do I put it, was staring at me in a very unusual way, and I could feel that this person was trying to figure out, do I know this guy from somewhere? And then, he was like, excuse me, are you Sam from, the stream? I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is the case. So for those of you who don't know, I wear glasses. All right. So I do wear glasses when I'm driving, and usually when I'm out. So if you see me without the glasses, it's still me. So that's just by the way. So yeah, this is taking a bit of a time. You know what? I'm going to bring up let me bring up a new incognito window here, and then let's go to aka.ms/try PVA. Let's go here again. Let's try this out. Let's see if it's going to be a lot faster in here. So thanks, guys. Yep, 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 yep. Oh, yeah, yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, yeah, and something I want to talk about. I mean, it might be a bit off, but I was watching C Sharp Freights live on Twitch today, and then he showed the way you could actually right click, and then add, machine learning straight into your console application or whatever, right from it. Was like crazy. You guys should check out the stream, C Sharp Freights on Twitch. On Twitch, he does, amazing stuff. All right, so let's try this again. I'm going to sign in, and then I'm going to block you guys so I can enter my super secret password. So let's say, pa, pa, pa. So don't forget, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. Ask on any of my channels. I will try very hard to respond to it, as I am trying to combine both stuff. Okay, cool. So what do we have here? What do we have here? All right, so this is loading. Let's see. Okay, so this is also telling me we are still building your board. It could take up to 15 minutes to get everything ready. While we work, feel free to chat the board, trace your conversation, check out topics. You know what? Let's go to explore documents. Now, so I mean, this is what, I would rather wait for like 15 minutes to get all the board stuff wired up as opposed to trying to wire this up myself manually. That takes forever, and that takes a lot of developer experience. So this is barely. Oh, awesome, Mr. Yeah, Selam. Yeah, Selam. That is very interesting. You should connect. Let me give you some more tips on that. And Kujo, thanks for joining. Definitely, education never ends. Yeah, we keep learning all the time. Uh, yes, I know. Yeah, Selam. Yeah, yeah, I know. The learning never stops. Learning never stops. Trust me. You know, um, we keep learning to better ourselves and also to help people around us. So that's an amazing one. So like I'm saying, it's a better option for me. It's a better option for me, to know that um I can wait a couple of minutes to get the bot hooked up. Okay, so while this is happening, let's actually explore a few things here. So I've shown you this side. One of the things that you can do is yeah, let's go to publish your bot, and then let's look at the various places you can publish your bot. So this is it. So yeah, so teams. Actually, you know what? Let's go here. I think, okay, because we don't have a bot here. So let me go here. Let me go back to the home, or let me go to bots. This this is a bit strange here. Let's see. So let's go to bots. Okay, it's because it's preparing a new board. It's not showing my old one. Yeah, this is what I wanted to show. I wanted us to look at the various sections where we can actually, So yeah, so this is a snapshot. So first of all, you can actually embed the bot into your own website. All right, you can embed into your own website. You can actually also add it to a native web-based mobile application. So you can use like a web view. So if you have like even either Xamarin or any of the native ways, whether you're using Swift, Objective C, or using how do you call it, C Sharp for Xamarin, or Java for Android Studio, whatever that is, you can actually embed using a web view into a mobile application. And if you realize, I did it with Facebook. So I integrated it with Facebook, and then you could actually interact with it there. That's another way. And you can actually also add it to Teams and Skype and Cortana and Slack and many more. Now, let's give an example. Let's say, um, and this, like I'm saying, you can use it in connection with Power Apps, Power BI, Power Automate, and a lot of things. So these are some of the channels you can actually export it to. So I exported it to Facebook because I want my followers and friends and people to be able to go query this bot and then get information about COVID-19. And then so you can also integrate, like I mentioned, bot services. You can, so if you have an existing bot service you've created in Azure bot service, you can also integrate them. So that's just like some of the cool things you can do with it. Now I'm itching. I just want to wait for this to quickly come through. But I think we should do this. Let's do this. Whilst we are waiting for, how do you call it, for the bot, all right, the to build it for us, why don't we think of maybe something that we want to create with the bot? I'm just saying we're going to create a how do you call it, a demystify bot that's going to tell us stuff about technology. So let's go look for info about, let's say, JavaScript. Okay, let's go look for info about JavaScript. And no, one of the cool things that I learned you could do is actually, if you don't know about adaptive cards, go check adaptive cards out. But that involves a little bit of coding. But I mean, it's a cool thing to check out. So let's see, what should we use as what should we use? JavaScript, Wikipedia. Doesn't really matter. So let's do this. Let me actually go. Let's do Q&A on programming programming languages. And you understand why I'm doing this pretty soon. Once we get the green from here that our bot is created, you probably understand. Uh, you understand that. So let's see. Here, certain programming. No, we're not talking about interview question. We just want um, uh, questions and answers. Introduction to programming. No. No, we're not looking for programming interview questions. Let's see. We're not actually looking for programming interview questions, but it's also doable. We could use that. Say, what do you enjoy about programming? What's the hardest thing about working as a computer programmer? Can you tell me about your favorite programming project? Okay, let's assume let's assume this is just, you know, seven um, questions and answers. So let's give you a scenario. Let's say these are the most asked questions about your business. All right. You can take these most asked questions, feed it to the bot. All right, and then the bot knows about it. And then now, when people ask the same questions, you don't have to spend customer service time answering these common questions that people answer. All right. So whilst the bot is still building in the background, step 2 of 4, we have 2 more steps to go. Let's see if I can get yes, 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 yes. So, well, whilst that's happening, I guess I just have to walk you through it because the wait is now unbearable for me. Else, I can just go and, so I think this should be something I should write out to the team that, makes it easy for me to say I don't want to publish something again. All right, because any change I do, if I don't save it, it's not going to reflect. But okay, but let me show you how I built the coronavirus one. So what I did was, I think I went to CDC, and then I went to look for the coronavirus. I did a Q and A. No, I think FAQ, frequently asked questions. All right. So that's what I did. And I think this here. And then I think I also did this coronavirus FAQ. And that took me to, I think, WHO. Yep, yep. And I think so there is this site I heard on the radio today that, let's see, is it something.info? Let's say live coronavirus. Um, where is that? Where is that? Yeah, worldometer.info. So I heard about this morning on the radio, that this was, I mean, a place where it actually reported. So a lot of this information, deaths recorded by countries, um, you know, and all this. So take a look at this. So this is something question, yeah. Kill dash 9 question. In a world of decreasing personal communication, do you think that virtual agents are a good way to go for enterprise companies? So kill dash 9. Yes, in my opinion, all right. Um, I wouldn't say that they are like a complete goal for enterprise customers. So why? And this is why I'm saying it. Now, as I explained, there are a lot of things that are repeated, like that are repeated in your enterprise. Let's take for instance, so let's say Kildash, give me what sector do you work in? Is it banking, finance, insurance? I mean, if you can help me with that, so I can give you an example that relates to your sector. So if you care to share which sector you work in, I would be pleased to give you a scenario that works in that. Well, so whilst I wait for you to give me that, let's say, um okay, finance. Thank you very much. So finance, so banking, all right. So let's say as you have banking customers, what are some of the common things your banking customers do? First of all, they want to say, I want to know my balance, right? I want to know, I want to probably initiate a transfer. I want to make payment. I want to report something. All right. These are very common repetitive stuff. So for instance, if you had a customer service wing, and imagine 100 people are calling just to say, can you please give me the balance to my account? All right, 100 people. Now, and this is, imagine, this is not, you don't have an app yet, all right? Or they don't have smartphones. Let's put it that way. They don't have smartphones, all right? So you're like, okay, um, uh, I have to wait, and when you call, they tell you you are 60 something in line. So only for the person to ask a customer service rep, please, can you give me my account balance? Is that okay? Now think about this. If you equip this bot to be able to take account number and maybe take some secure token to verify that this is the person himself, doing this, then the bot can go pull the account balance and present it to this user. Is that okay? In other words, you have freed up that your customer service agent who can now handle more complicated issues that the bot will not be able to naturally, handle. So that saves time. That allows your customer service agents to be very effective and proficient, and return good return on investment. So in my case, I'll say that a lot of the repeated, tasks in your enterprise, especially finance, will be good for you to hand them over to the bot to do. All right. That also doesn't mean that we are obviously kicking all these people out of work. No, not the case. All right. So Kill Dash 9, if you ask me my opinion, yes, some of these things can be done with the bot instead. Sometimes you just want to find out what is the interest rate of a loan. All right. You could put this in the bot, and then all they have to do is interact with it. Sometimes people don't want to download your apps because it's not something that I'll always be doing, so I don't need to download the app. Or there's nothing, pushing me to get the app apart from if I just want to, get my balance once in a while. But I'm already on Facebook. I'm almost always on Facebook. So if I have a Facebook bot or agent, I can easily ask this agent that is trusted to give me my info. So that's my take on that Kill Dash 9. Let's see if this is done. Oh, two steps. Yeah, we're still away. Okay, so back to how I created it. So I came to this site. That's fair. And don't get me wrong, I'm not attempting to argue here, but to me, virtual agents are like IVR. Yes, okay, I'm very familiar with IVR. I've done stuff with IVR from the telephony side of tech, and most people get annoyed and just skip them. I feel like virtual agents are same thing, just web-based instead of telephony-based. Okay, so the this is the I agree with you as well, just like you're saying, that is more or less like an IVR, but the it is not as interactive, with the agent. It's quite a similar concept, but um, here is a another typical use case. It could consider, yeah, exactly. So that is where I'm coming. That's where I'm coming from. That yes, they sound or they look or work in the same way, but then an IVR cannot place itself on social networks where people are already engaged. Like right now, we're trying to figure out, a simple way to incorporate it into WhatsApp and Telegram. All right. Like right now with this bot, I can put it simply into Telegram. Now, a lot of people are already there. So it's just a matter of, hey, go ask. It's just like another way of life. You get the point. I don't have to, be on the phone, talking to the IVR. Yes. One. Two. It still has that feeling of it's the same as calling a customer service. But then I can interact within an environment where I am already in there. So, like I say, yes. And then it has a few features that, goes beyond the IVR. A lot more features. You can do a lot more in there. Like I'm saying, connect to Power BI, automate to pull stuff, get data here and pull it there. IVRs do that as well, but then it adds a lot more to that. So it's for me, it's just a matter of, you know, um, figuring out your target audience and then reaching them at the platform where they always, are getting stuff from. So yeah, we can agree to disagree on that, but that's a very interesting question if you ask me. Okay, so our bot is created finally. Finally, thanks. So, yeah, it took some time. I waited patiently, but now, so let's talk about topics. So I'm going to take it one step at a time. So, like I mentioned, if you look here, these are the very basic topics that have been created. So this is a sample topic. If I open it up, so this is as easy as it is. You create a topic, you give the topic a name, and then you specify the trigger phrases. All right. So this is what someone will say to trigger this topic, and you can give it, you can give it description just so you are used to it. And then if you go to Canvas, this is where you can actually edit the flow. So what happens when someone says, triggers that phrase? What, like, when are you closing or when are you open and all that? Then it goes this way. So let's go back to the topics, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go ahead. um, I'm going to delete. Ah, why do I keep, yeah, so I'm going to delete it. Yeah, I don't need any of these simple topics because I'm going to build mine and I'm going to show you how easy it is to build. Don't worry, I keep because of where the ellipsis is, I keep missing it, so forgive me. Okay, so now, as you can see, our bot doesn't have any topic. All right, our bot doesn't have any topic as of now. But these are system topics. Like for instance, this handles all the greetings. So let's look at it. Let's fine tune it to our needs. So anytime you say good afternoon, good morning, whatever, any of this, the topic is greeting. So these are things that will trigger it. And then this is just like a default greeting when you ask the bot. So what happens? Let's go to the canvas. So anytime you ask it anything, this is what happens. It tells you, "Hi, I'm a virtual bot." So here, if I did hi and I hit, and I tested it, you realize that it will just come and tell me, "Hi, I'm a virtual bot. I can help you." So now, there's a cool thing about doing Power Virtual Agent. You can see the ticks telling you, "Oh, this is where, this is where it got to," and all that. All right. So let me go back here and say, in this case, "Hi, I'm a virtual agent. I can help you with." So this is what we don't want. So I can help you. Let's say demystify various technologies. All right, full stop. And I don't want this. If you want to speak to a human, I can do that. But for the purpose of this, I don't want that. And then I can say, so let's say, what technology can I help you with today? All right. Or what technology can I help you? Let's do demystify today. All right. Cool. And make sure you save it here. Click save on this side. So now, see that my chat is refreshing. So now if I go and do hi, check this out. So it's now going to say that, "Hi, I'm a virtual agent. I can help you demystify." So let's just wait for it to pick that up. So look at this. "Hi, I'm a virtual agent. I can help you demystify various technologies." So what technology can I help you demystify today? So that's like, this as simple as it gets. All right. And then if I wanted to do something after this message, all right, after the greeting, this is what I'll do. This is the crazy part. This is how simple it is, all right? This is how simple it is. I just have to go in and then click the plus here, all right? And look at this. So what do I want to do? Do I want to do a call to action? Do I want to go to another topic? Do I want to end, the conversation, all right? Or, and then whether I'm ending with a survey or transfer to an agent. So what do I want to do? Now, so far, I have been asking a question. I can call an action, okay? Now, and this action is a flow. Let's say, like, I have a flow and I want it to do something for me, all right? If I want to ask another question, okay, I can ask and determine what type of question, it is. This is just a message, all right? So let's just delete this for now. So that is with topics. So we saw the default greeting topics. So let's save this and let's go back to topics. And then let's look at escalate. So these, like I'm saying, confirm success, confirm failure, goodbye. So let's look at the goodbye topic and let's make sure that it's something we want. So anytime you say bye, bye bye, blah blah blah, Thanks for chatting with me. Bye. I think we'll stick to that. That's fine. So now let's go to our topics. So as of now, we don't have any custom, topics. So let's say we want to demystify JavaScript. So I'm going to click here to add a topic, and the title of the topic will be, let's say Java JavaScript. Okay, and then what will be the trigger phrases? What are you using for this? I missed that. Is this by Azure? No. So Kill Dash, this is actually, it is Power Virtual Agent. This is Power Virtual Agent, and let me give you. So go to, so for all those, sorry. So if you're watching, let me give you the link again. aka.ms slash try PVA. Okay, let me get you this. So let me actually get the link for you. If you are https aka.ms slash try p so try PVA. So this is Power Virtual Agent. All right. So our topic is JavaScript. So this particular topic is going to handle anything JavaScript specific. All right. So here we say that what are some of the trigger phrases? So I can say, tell me about JavaScript. All right. This is one. Or say, uh, what do you know about JavaScript? Okay. Now, the cool thing with this is that you don't have to add like the whole list. Add as much as you can, and thanks to Microsoft AI, it is going to use, its analysis and AI to figure out, use things like Lewis and things in the background to figure out, okay, what are you trying to say, and then build it up and look for topics related to it. Um, and then someone can just say, let's say, JavaScript, okay, and someone can say, teach me JavaScript. All right, so these are phrases. No, 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 no. So yeah, it's not a one-on-one comparison. It builds up. It uses, the Microsoft AI, and then and sometimes natural language processing, and text to speech, and all this Louis things to figure it out. So I just have to give it a few of it, and then I can give a description, uh, all about, let's say, JavaScript. Okay, and then I'll make sure to save the topic, right? Now, once this topic is saved, I can go now. What's the error? Let's see the error. It says what? What's the error? Bot message cannot be empty. Oh, yes. I was coming to that. So, the topic will be triggered by teach me JavaScript. What do you know about JavaScript? Tell me about JavaScript. Okay. So now, how do I want my bot to respond? So this is where, yes, yeah, Kildash, this is awesome. So this is where we say it is no code or less code. So assuming, that I am, how do you call it? I don't have any, programming knowledge. I can easily go to, let's say, let's just do JavaScript. And if you're out there, you've built a bot before, tell me if this is not, cool and easier to build. So I can go ahead and say, blah, 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 so JavaScript, let me go back and actually copy this. This makes it. So JavaScript offering every J as a programming language conform to. So let's just copy this. All right. Let's just copy this. Just this. Copy this. Let's come back here, and this will be the message. All right. This will be the message when any of these trigger functions is hit, and then I can save this, and then I can go ahead and say, what else do I want to say? Maybe ask another question. All right, or maybe show a message. All right. No, let's actually do this. Let's not show a message. Let's actually ask a question. So ask a question. What would the question be? Is it a multi-choice question? All right. So I can say that, uh, do you want to do you want me to demystify another tech? question mark, all right? And then here, I can say multiple choice. Okay, here, look at it. You can have a multiple choice. I can have it pick up all these things. Let's say age, Boolean, city. So if I'm asking a question, I can take that information and pass it to, let's say, an API or pass it to a third-party stuff using Power Automate. But we're keeping things simple here. So multiple choice, I'll say yes, and then I'll say what? No. Now take a look at this. Immediately I said yes or no. Check this out. I'm going to delete this. Now check this out. Do you see what happened? Created two conditions. I can actually delete this. Take a look at this. Created two conditions because I said yes or no. This is it. If the if the response is yes, what do I do? If the response is no, like what do I do? Do you get the point? So let's just go ahead and say, okay, if they say no, all right, what do I want to do if they say no? Now here, I could actually store their response into a variable, as simple as giving this variable a name, okay, and call it let's say I'll call this do more. All right, variable. It's just something just to represent it. And take a look at this. The variable now is available here in my conditions to use. So here, do you want me to diversify another tech? If I say yes, then I can go ahead and so then go back to another topic. But let's just do no for the timing. So if the person says no, I can go to end conversation and end with a survey. All right, that's it. So the person says no, this is what I want to do. Now, if they ask me what, if they say yes, what do I want to do? I can say, well, let's put a question. Okay, let's ask another question and say what tech would let's say what tech will it be now? Question mark. All right, and it's not a multiple choice question. I can say it's just users. Let's see this. It's just city, continent. So I'll talk about entities pretty soon, so you understand them. I just want to show. Let's just say. So this could be a URL, zip code. Let's just say what's this? Not multiple choice. Let's say user's entire response. Okay. So this is whatever the user types in, and then here I'll say I'll just say tech. I'll just say user tech. Okay, and done. So this is now a response. All right. Now I can go out and say and put a message here. We're just trying to keep it simple. Sure. I can say sure. Let me get you more info about and then the variable. All right. About what? User tech. About whatever the person entered. All right. That's what. And then for the sake of time, I can come back here and put a message, add a message here, and say, so this is all I got. Dot dot dot. Sorry, I won't go deep because I want to show something else for the sake of time. And then once it does that, I can put another message and say thank you for using the using let's say my services, and then I'm going to go ahead and say end conversation with a survey. Now and then I'm going to save this. Now you realize that all I need to do here is to create a workflow. All right, ideally I could have created kind of like a menu that will go back and ask, so I don't repeat myself, but this is just a simple example. So let's test this bot right here. All right, let's test it here. Let's see how it works. So I go here and then I say hi. Watch here. Hi, I'm a virtual agent. I can help you demystify various tech. So what technology can I demystify today? Now remember, I can just say JavaScript and check this out. JavaScript, often abbreviated JS. Exactly, yeah, that's the crazy thing about it. Kill-9. So look at it. JavaScript often is abbreviated. It is there. Do you want me to demystify another tech? Let's say yes. And now it is waiting, so what tech would it be this time? It's waiting for me to answer. And if I say Java and then enter, And look at it's checking because it's following the path. Sure, let me get you more info about Java. This is all I got. Thank you for using it. And then the survey ends, and I'll say yes. And then a smiley face or whatever I want, right? This is just to illustrate one part. Kill dash, yes, I know. So just imagine this. This is just a very simple use case. I could have picked Java. So this is something cool I could have done. I could have picked Java, okay, and then called out to a web service to give me all the information about Java, and then bring it back into your conversation and tell you this is what I got. So that's what I'm saying, that in a case of finance, you could actually transact complete business with a bot without having to wait in line, and this is more interactive. So maybe in here I could say, while you are waiting, I could throw in, a fact. Do you know that programming started from, I could just something to keep them engaged rather than just listening to music and waiting for nothing. All right. Can you set timeout to capture that perhaps for metrics like out of X users they engage for it? Yes. Yeah, so okay, so you didn't join earlier on, that is going to be under analytics. There is actually a dashboard that shows you all the sessions, all the fall off, everything in there. So no no problem, that's fine. So you could actually look at how things played out. So that's how cool it is. All right. So now, so this is as simple as it is. So here, if you wanted to do something else, so the key thing is that, let's say, let's delete this for now so I can illustrate something. So when you click this, when you say ask questions, okay, you have all these options. All right, from a user entire response, an age, a Boolean, a city. So now let me explain this. Let me briefly talk about entities, or let me talk about the whole idea of conversational bot. Now, anytime, actually, let me just show my face for now, so you guys can appreciate this the more. So anytime you're having a conversation with a conversational bot, that whole thing is called an utterance. All right, it's called an utterance. So when you say, so like for instance, show me more info about JavaScript. All right, that is a complete utterance. Now, JavaScript is kind of like a variable you are passing to the bot to process. That becomes an entity. That becomes an entity for your conversational bot to pick on. So in our case, if we were expecting the results to be like a number, or you're expecting the results to be like an email or something else, you would go ahead. Now I can bring this back. You would, for instance, if we're expecting this to be, let's say he said no, they don't want to do more. What do they want to do? Or give me a number or something. All right. Then I could say that, oh, the response coming from the user is either going to be of a number, is an age, is a boolean, is a name of a city, is a color, is a continent. So these are pre-built, what you want to call slots, or you call entities. All right. However, you can create your own custom entities. So let's delete this and actually say end conversation with a survey. So we keep this and let me save it. All right. So that would be what entities are. So let me just take you through entities. We're almost, we're going over time. So these are the pre-built entities. Like I said, age, boolean, city, number, ordinal. So these are pre-built entities. But you can actually add your own custom entities. So for instance, today we're going to use Kildash because he's the most interactive person on the show. So for Kildash, for instance, you can create another entity for product type. All right, or so in this case you are in finance, let's say banking. All right, so the client can say, I want to check my balance. The question will be, is it from a current account or from, if you want to provide your custom options or choice, so that your system can recognize this is a banking or product for the bank or product for the insurance company. This is where you would add them, and then the virtual Power Virtual Agent can be able to extract those entities from a person's utterance. Now, the good thing is that you don't only have to type it, you can actually speak to it. So if you have a voice enabled chat system, you can speak and it's going to use text to speech to recognize it and also extract those intent. So that is how you can easily create it. Now, let's go to the cool part. Now, let me show you how I built the coronavirus bot. So let's go to topics. All right. So now we are in topics. We only have one topic, JavaScript, and this one I'll leave you to go explore it and have fun. Now we're going to use the interview questions and answer as so this. So the question is, this could may have missed something. Can you post to an API? Get yes, 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 you can. Yes, you can. You can do that. I would actually do a blog post on how to call external APIs using Power Virtual Agent. Actually, you can also use Power Automate. So you can create a whole automated workflow from Power Automate from when someone responds from the bot to kick off a whole business process automation, kick off an approval email and all that. So you can do that. Now, if I have this page, okay, I don't technically need to be like copying and pasting everything. So this is how I did it. So like I mentioned, I went to CDC, I went to the coronavirus site, and you can see the question and answers. Do you see that? They are all listed here. So I don't need to reinvent the wheel. All right. So if I have a company and I have FAQs or setting knowledge base that has been created, I can reuse them. So what I did was, let's use this as an example. You're going to copy the URL. You come into your bot, and then this time go to suggestions. Not, oh sorry, let's go to, make sure you go to topics. All right. Don't go to the existing topics. Go to suggested. And then here, you know, you can now suggest topics by using FAQ. So just say get started. You can enter the URL, click add. And then you can add at least 3, or you can add as much as you want, but just for accuracy, you can add at least 1 at a time, fine tune it. And then let's click on start. And now let's see the power of all the Microsoft goodness, from the AI to the services coming together to make this a less or no code approach of building conversational bots. And then from here, I can actually integrate this into Facebook. I can integrate it into Telegram. I can integrate it. So think about the use cases. Your bank can have a Telegram, like a whole business process running in Telegram, or in WhatsApp, or in Facebook, where people are. So take a look at this. If you go back to the website, we had what, 7 questions, right? Look at all these 7 questions have been pulled in here. What was the first? Look at this. So now the cool thing is that when you click on it, all right, this is, so now you can give this topic any name, right? But so this will be the trigger phrase. What was the first, programming language that you learned? All right. You can add any, and then look at the answer. If you think you are, the answer to this question can tell you a lot about the job, blah 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 blah. So they look for answers. So here's an example. So let's delete. So we don't need to have all this example here. So I'm going to delete the whole of this. So I'm going to add it. I'm going to edit this. So no, sorry, yeah. So there you go. Oh no, I didn't. Let's go back to the topics. I wanted to, yeah, this topic. So open this up, all right, and then so this is the question: what was the first programming language that you learned? Or I'll say, uh, tell me about your first programming language. Okay, and then I can say your first language. All right, so this will be extra triggers for it. And then save topic. And then I can now go, to define it. And I don't want the answer to have all these things because it's just too much junk. So I'll just delete this. C++ was the first programming language in an academic class before blah, blah, blah. So assuming this is the answer. Okay, that's it. So for this, and I make sure, oh, sorry. And I save this. So now, take a look at this. If I go back to topics and suggested topics, oh, let's do this. In suggested, I have just added something from a website in there. So just for the sakes of, time, I can click this to add a topic. I won't edit it. I'll just leave it in the raw form. So to show you how I build the coronavirus thing, I didn't have to do a manual, update. Another way I could have done this was to create an API, store it there, and then the question will just go pull there. So now, if you go to my topics, I can now go ahead and enable all these topics. Okay, let's go back to our topics. Enable all the topics. so that they're available to use. Available to use. All right. And then let's go test it out. Let's see if this works. So I can come here and say hi, or I can say, what was your first language? All right. Just type this. Take a look at that. C++ was the first, and so this is just pulled. This is just pulled it from a website into it. I just fine tuned the topics, and I have all these things here. So that is how I went to the CDC site, copied all this information, brought them in through the suggested feature, fine tuned it, and then I published it. And this became active on Facebook right now. So for the sake of those who just joined, let's see if I can if I can actually show this again. So I'm going to bring this in context. So hopefully, so there you go. As you can see, so this is a coronavirus bot I built using the same PVA. So if I say hi, all right, it goes and tells me, hey, I'm a coronavirus agent. I can tell you stuff about, so this is just the same. This is how I built it. All right. So if I say how let's see, how does the COVID-19 spread? All right. And look at this. I made a mistake in the spread. I didn't spell it well. All right. Let's see what the bot is going to do. So it didn't pick that. I'm going to try to type the same thing again. And you can see some of the things built in automatically to help you alleviate these things. It's going to say that, hold on, I couldn't find it. All right. I'm going to try for the third time and say I couldn't find it. All right. However, so do you see it? So now it's trying to connect me to a human link because I've tried for a couple of times and I've not provided a human link to this. So for me, I could have said that after a number of times, if you can't give me the answer, actually get this question and put it in an email or send it to another location for me so that I can go and review questions people are asking that is not handled by the bot. So now let's go ahead and you know and ask the right question. And there you go. So now it tells you, uh, so it's just giving you like info about it. So this one I need to, better tweak it. So this is how easy it was for me to actually use Power Virtual Agent to create such a bot and deploy to Facebook. All right. So that is how awesome and how simple it is. Well, if this was useful for you, please go check out the URLs I gave you, aka.ms/try PVA. Get to the Channel 9 show for Let's Code More Power, and then let's learn. Make a day with me on Sunday. I have another surprise guest who is another power addict and an MVP coming on the show. Let's give you some more goodness of the power platform. Well, this has been Demystify Technology. Today we demystify the Power Virtual Agent. So go out there, try it out, have fun, and then when we meet again on Sunday, we shall learn new stuff to help ourselves. Until then, make sure you catch me next Sunday. Have a wonderful evening.